Hey Leamons, welcome back to another video of mine. So today, I wanted to talk about Animal Jam usernames and give my story time on how I created my username, Leamon Puppy. The chosen name you pick out for your account on Animal Jam. It can be anything you want it to be. With obvious exceptions, of course. You can't have any inappropriate words in the username, as Animal Jam is a kids game with restrictions on what can be said in chat, so same goes for the usernames in the game. It's pretty random what players decide to pick for their usernames. It just depends on the person and on what their interests are, or sometimes even just words that they fancy, such as a favorite animal, or a favorite color, a favorite video game character, a favorite food or drink, numbers, letters, literally anything. It's so random. When I first started playing Animal Jam, like when I didn't initially get addicted to the game and was just playing for fun as one of those games you would eventually delete, I chose the name Pika Flygon. This was my very first Animal Jam username. Then, somehow one day, the account just didn't work. I remember I had purchased a tiger temple den and a fox, back when foxes were actually sapphires, and the game wouldn't let me on. It had some dumb pop-up as I tried to log into the game. I still to this day don't know what happened, as I never broke the Animal Jam rules. I mean, heck, I wasn't even trading. I was just playing the game for fun, doing mini-games and dressing up my animals. So it was sort of sad, especially since I wasted my money and the account just didn't work afterwards. Eventually, I decided to make more accounts. I had one called Bun Bun Baneri and one called Mudkip Mud, which at the time I was clearly using Pokemon names for my usernames. I never purchased anything on these accounts because of what happened on my old one. I was too worried I'd waste money again. Then I made an account called Sunny Orca, and the game didn't allow me to keep the name as it conflicted with the Animal Jam rules. I assume since I used the name Emily, and because that's a real world name, although I was always confused on why Emily was an issue. My sister used her real name in her username, and her account was never against the rules. She had it for years, and it was never against the rule. Either way, after that happened, they straight up changed my username to Jammer91DMMR, and I hate having numbers in my usernames, so because it already did the one-time username change for me, I just decided to make another new account. I chose the name Sunny Orca, which was similar to the previous one, but I replaced the Emily with Sunny. Sunny Orca was honestly a really good name, and I don't regret it as a username. Orcas likely will never come to Animal Jam, as there isn't even waterlands in the game, so I could play any animal in the game and it wouldn't be weird. I mainly played fox, seal, sheep, and otter on the account. I picked the name because I loved orca whales at the time, and I still like them, although they aren't my favorite animal anymore. But as I said, I still think the username Sunny Orca is a good one, and it had no numbers in the username either, which is something I've always preferred. I don't know why, but I never liked if my usernames had random numbers included. I understand sometimes names are taken, and that's why you'd have to use numbers after, but I personally try to get a name that is available, so I don't have to throw random numbers at the end. That's why when Animal Jam HQ changed my name to something with numbers, I did not want to keep the account. I remember a lot of players in the game would compliment me on my user Sunny Orca, so it was also a great thing to know others liked the user too. I don't cringe when I think about the username, which, if you don't know, that's a very good thing, because a lot of my older usernames make me cringe. I had the username Sunny Orca for a year or two on the game, and then decided I wanted to change it. As I've mentioned, I made a ton of accounts in the past, although Sunny Orca was my first pick name for this account in particular, so I was able to change my username, as the rule was you could change your Animal Jam username once. I brainstormed username ideas. I remember writing them down in my notes. I had so many ideas. I wanted a username that had puppy in it, as not only did I love dogs, but I thought the word puppy just sounded really cute. So I had a lot of username variations that contained the word puppy in them. I also had a few username ideas that had the word kitty in them. Then I put those two words together with colors and fruits, for whatever weird reason that was, and I made sure to not include any numbers in the username ideas. I had usernames like Pink Puppy, Lime Kitty, Yellow Puppy, and I also had a name idea called Lemon Puppy. I should mention, when I was going to change my username, I had to contact AJHQ. They told me to send them a few name ideas, just in case some of my ideas were already taken in the game. After giving Animal Jam these name ideas, They were all taken, except for one username. The name Lemon Puppy wasn't taken. I was surprised on how it wasn't taken already, but I was so happy to hear that at least one of my names is available, so I told AGHQ I'd take Lemon Puppy. As some of you might know, my username is Leamon Puppy, not Lemon Puppy, and that's correct, because I spelled it wrong. I thought the word lemon had an A after the E. I don't know why I thought this, but growing up, this is always how I spelt lemon. Obviously, I am aware on how lemon is spelt now, but I just laugh at the fact I made this spelling error for my username. To make matters worse, my username beforehand was Sunny Orca, which is spelled correctly, and I changed it with my one in-game username change to a name that had a word spelled incorrectly. I remember my siblings laughed at my new username, and instead of calling me Lemon Puppy, they called me Leamon Puppy. They weren't trying to be mean, but they just found it funny I spelled the word lemon wrong, as at the time, I was also trying to start up a YouTube channel, and they were aware of the channel, but it sort of made me upset hearing them laugh at my new user, so I had regretted changing my account's username, as I could have just stayed as Sunny Orca. I was really mad at myself for changing my username, and so embarrassed that it was spelt wrong. As I couldn't go back now, all my rare items and things were on this account. All my animals and dens I purchased were on this account. I didn't want to have to make a new account at this point, so I was now stuck as Leamon Puppy, whether I liked it or not. But one thing I knew was that I still wanted to make videos, so I kept making videos, going by the name Leamon Puppy, and here I am today with 28,000 subscribers, and instead of being embarrassed about the name Leamon Puppy, I just embrace it. You guys are here and clearly don't care if my username is Leamon Puppy, or maybe you do judge, but either way, it's just my name. My content is what's important. And if I'm being honest, over the years, my username has grown on me. I love the name Leamon Puppy now, and I wouldn't want any other name. That is who I am in Animal Jam. I have spent years with the name Leamon Puppy, and it shaped me and my content for the game. Even if I could get a chance to pick a different username, like any name possible, I wouldn't want to, because I am Leamon Puppy. I'm a seal in Animal Jam. I know, it's weird my username has puppy in it when I'm not a puppy, but a seal. That's the biggest thing people ask me about when questioning my username. Not that I spelled lemon wrong, but that I'm a seal and not a puppy on the game. That's what I find funny. And to answer that, I chose to play seal as my main animal when creating my YouTube channel. I was well aware my name had puppy in it, but I wanted to play as seal. And I don't see why it should matter if you match your animals in your username to your animal in-game. I will say, it's definitely a nice perk to be able to have the animal you main in as your Animal Jam username, although I don't see why that should be a must. When I started my YouTube channel, dogs weren't even released into the game, so even if I wanted to play as a puppy animal, I wouldn't have been able to, until they came to the game. And I loved being my seal. It felt like it was my identity and my mascot for the channel. Changing that would ruin my image, in my opinion, so that's why I'm a seal, and that's why my username is called Leamon Puppy. And at this point, I don't even register the word Leamon as lemon. I don't think of lemons when I hear my username, because I feel like some people think of lemons when they hear my username, as people use lemon emojis when referring to me. So I'm actually curious, how many of you think of lemons when you hear my username? Because at this point, I don't even think of lemons, as I messed up the spelling and I go by Leamon, not lemon. It's been years since I first changed my username to Leamon Puppy, and it's been a big journey since then. One that had both ups and downs, but I don't regret anything, not anymore at least. Because I didn't like my username Leamon Puppy initially, but as I said, it grew on me, and I love the username now. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way through if you did. I asked what sort of content you guys wanted me to make, and a lot of you said Animal Jam Storytime videos, and this is something I wanted to talk about in more depth. I've mentioned before I messed up the spelling of the word lemon in Leamon Puppy, although I never explained the whole story, and all of my other usernames I had back before I decided on Leamon Puppy. So hopefully that was somewhat interesting to listen to. Do you guys have usernames you regret, old usernames you used to have on the game? Let me know in the comment section down below. It's been Leamon Puppy, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys all next time.